Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening, caring partner.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can be achieved. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. This week, our guest is Sarah Karingi of Sarma Enterprises Limited, who believes that when you treat people right, that is the key to success. It's interesting. You have a very powerful story to share about whether there are setbacks or not. If you have a dream, and if you have whatever it is that you conceive, can be achieved. How did Sarma start?
Sarma Enterprises was founded by my late husband and myself way back in 1992. That's an idea which came to us. He was an architect and I was a marketer, and he felt that through architecture he could be able to, other than drawing plans for people, we could as well supply materials, because some of his customers asked him whether he could supply them with timber products, because he was very particular about designs. Then he resigned from employment, and we decided that I stay in employment. I was working for the government at the Treasury, and was working for the Ministry of Public Works.
What is it that Sarma does?
Supplies construction materials, that is ballast, building stones, and river sand. And we also process timber. Actually, we started with timber, selling timber, just planks, few pieces of timber. Then over time, and after quite some struggle, we were able to build the company from 2 machines, which we bought from the person who sold to us the company, to 15 machines over a period of 8 years. And so what we do is we process timber by splitting, so we can get any size of timber. Well, then we plane, we mold, and then we also manufacture things like frames. We manufacture wooden doors, and we are very particular about quality.
Where do you get your timber from?
We import timber from Congo because it's a good timber, very good high quality timber.
Compared to Kenya, I mean, we pride ourselves having the best timber in Africa, if not the world.
Most of my customers actually ask for the hardwood, and mahogany is one of the best timber that we can get, so we import it from Congo because it has matured over the years.
Sarah, it hasn't been easy to be where you are today. Yes. Perhaps you can tell us the kind of journey that you've been through to get to where you are today.
You realize that along the journey there are certain places where you'll be able to pass through, then you get to a destination. And I would say that our journey was not easy, because when we started the business, there are very many people who conned us in terms of the timber that we bought. We started off with cypress, and we really didn't understand the industry well. So we'd buy timber, sell, but then make a loss. Over time, we came to learn the tricks these people use, but we became very smart, and we learned how to do proper business.
What kind of lessons did you learn? When
people sell timber, assuming that you have timber which has a running feet of 20 feet. If there is a defect on that piece of timber, that particular part should not be measured. So if you bought timber for 20 feet, the 1 foot should be cut off. So the suppliers who knew that we were new or green in the industry would sell to us the whole piece. When we came to sell, the customers would tell us, how can you sell to me this type of timber? I mean, I cannot buy it as a whole timber, so the whole piece. And so we ended up losing. We practice ethics. We don't cheat our customers in terms of quantity. When they come to the gauge, there are those people who will tell you that this type of timber is either 2 by 1, but maybe it is 2 by half. So they end up cheating you on the gauge of the timber.
At what point did you join your husband in Sarma Enterprise?
I was there full time when he fell sick. That was in 2004. That's when he had an attack of kidney failure. And so I had to resign. So when I resigned, I had to try and catch up with the small bits about the company, which of course I was not so sure about, and because I knew he used to be there, I never really used to take work very seriously. But now this time Okay, you can imagine you have a sick person, you don't have enough time to learn so much, but I worked very hard to try and learn, but I came to learn the business very well after he had passed on, because I was all alone. I had to do it. There was nobody to consult, but I thank God, because he always used to tell me either how a certain employees were. So even by the time I took over the company, I knew how each and every employee was. I also learned, of course, he has also introduced me to some of our suppliers. He had also introduced me to some of his customers.
So did you know this is what you wanted to do eventually?
Yeah, because I would see the results. You see, like I would see so many customers walking in. And because it's a company we started together, I was in it. So I knew that his dream was my dream.
Even after his death, may his soul rest in peace, you were faced with a lot of challenges. I mean, yeah, without him being part of the journey.
Things happened. After he passed on, I lost some employees who were influenced by outsiders. Others also felt that, I don't think Sarah can make it. There were even people who came and told me, madam, you can't make it because this was your husband's business, and usually widows are never able to succeed at anything, especially when their husbands leave. And I just hung on, and I said I was not going to give up. So one of the challenges that I faced is that some of the employees went away, and others also started stealing from the company because they knew, of course, I was not really hands-on. The other challenges that I faced, of course, is also too much competition. And it's like I also didn't understand how to deal with the competitors. And later on, I came to learn about the power of networking, because that is now you are able to shield off some of your competitors because you have a specific kind of market that you want. And through networking, I've really been able to get good networks and good customers. Unfortunately, when my husband died in 2010, my competitors came and set my company on fire. I was still paying a loan, a huge loan in the bank. I had children that were, one was at the university, the other one was in high school, and many other things were happening in my life. So I was like, now and then here are employees. And people started telling me that I should close down my company because after all, now I still can't make it. But I actually fought on, and I would pray and believe that I was going to succeed. But what really drove me or made me really work very hard is my employees. They stood with me even when my husband died. So I said, why should I let them off now that this has happened?
Sarah, recovering from a great loss like that, first by your husband, employees, your friends, and of course a lot of customers and a lot of clients, what gave you the strength to rise from the ashes, really?
You can place me down here, but the next time you find me up, and pray and believe. There's something within me that told me, Sarah, you have to make it. I can make it. I can do it. Even if he's gone, I must succeed. I would say also as a woman, I said, I want to prove to the world that even women, even you are a widow, you can make it. The other thing is because of people. You see, people look at you and they can know whether you are somebody who is honest or whether you tell lies or you. And over time, there are those people, I actually now got new friends who worked with me, who encouraged me. And one of them is the one who took me to Business Network International. And from there, I've been able to get very good friends. They have really challenged me to think positively. They have made me to see beyond the horizon. So I'm able to even get better customers than I had before. And I would say that my actual business has stood because of the networks that I've been able to receive.
And Sarah, I want to talk about that, the power of networking, because that is what has helped you be where you are today. But we'll do this after this break. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. More of Sarah's powerful story after this break.
We always fight for what we believe in. We fought to earn our freedom. We won the right to choose for ourselves and the chance to control our own destiny. We deserve even more freedom, choice, and control to manage our businesses, our money, and our lives with ease. To plan, save, and get loans for the goals and dreams we have, and stay in touch with those we love and those we relate with. Welcome to Equitel, where money transfer is free. A mobile banking offering where you save, get loans, transfer money, and pay bills. Making life easier. My phone, my bank. Karibu member. Pick your Equitel SIM card today at any Equity branch. To become a member, dial *247# and open an Equity account instantly. Hapo hapo. Equitel. My money, my phone, my life.
Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. This week, our guest is Sarah Karingi of Sarma Enterprises. Sarah, one of the things you mentioned before the break is networking contributed a lot to where you are today. How did that come around?
You see, like when you have good friends, you may have 100 friends, but you might find one who is really concerned about you. So I just walked into a friend's business, and I told her that I wanted to buy fish from her and promote her as we talked. And as we were talking, she told me about an organization that brings different people together just to exchange business, and they grow each other's business by way of referrals. And I was very interested, and she told me the date, and I went, and this organization is called Business Network International. And when I went, I saw the way they do business with a lot of energy, so much enthusiasm, and they were really giving lots of referrals to each other and lots of thank you notes that I give you a business today. Once you give me business, when I give business, you come, next time you come, after some time, you give me a thank you note. That is business that has been translated from that referral. And I found it was very interesting. So I continued going. Afterwards, I actually became a member on the second visit. I make sure that once you place an order, because of what we have been taught in BNI, that I should be as professional as I can, that I have to be very reliable. So I make sure that when I promise that I will supply to you a certain product, by that particular time, I make sure that I supply it. The other thing is the knowledge that I have acquired and ideas that I have acquired from my fellow networkers.
Sarah, what advice would you give anyone who has gone through setbacks or is currently going through a lot of challenges in business?
Just learn to talk to people. Even there are those who will laugh at you, there are those who will be happy that this has happened, but there's somebody out of so many people who will listen to your story and they'll be willing to help you. If you want to succeed, it's about relationships, because you see, networking is all about building relationships.
Sarah, what sets you apart?
Quality of our products. People know that we don't give goods which are substandard. Number two, we are very honest. If it is ballast, we make sure that the ballast which we bring to you is the right quantity.
How will I know that I can trust you as a customer?
Referrals. People keep on referring me because they know that Sarah doesn't lie. They refer you to others to me because they know that my quality is good. They also know that my prices are competitive. And they also know, besides that, I educate them and tell them, the sand that you need to use for the wall is this type of sand. The sand that you require for slabs, columns, and beams is this type of material. So once you educate somebody like that, of course they will respect you. And next time what happens, they ask you for more goods.
So a lot of couples don't pay attention to each other's businesses. But for you, the reason why you're where you are is because you did pay a lot of, and your husband included you in his business, and that's why you're where you are. What advice would you give couples?
One, you have to be friends. Yeah. The moment you are friends, you didn't want to see your friends suffering. You didn't want to see them coming down. And the moment you start as friends, even like when you start the relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, become friends, and you know that you are not getting into this relationship to take advantage of the other, then you take care of your partner. So when he's down, you are down with him, but you can be able to lift him up, and him likewise. The other thing is being open to each other. Share your dreams, share your heart. The other thing which makes people not to succeed, and I know that is what usually brings most families or couples down, is failing to be open in as far as finances are concerned.
Sarah, how accessible are your products?
Like the timber line, I would say that there are people who come to our factory and they buy from us and they take to as far as Kisumu. There is also a customer we have who is in Mombasa. But the other products like ballast and stones, we just supply because the market is quite big within Nairobi and the outskirts of Nairobi. That's where we usually supply.
Sarah, thank you so much for your story. It is truly empowering to know you can actually rise from ashes no matter what happens in your life. Thank you. Thank you for watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Next, we speak to Mr. Moragori of Business Network International. You do not want to miss this.
Equity Bank's mobile service provider, Equitel, has been named the best mobile banking service in East Africa.
Mobile banking, as I'm sure you don't need me to tell you, is something that came into its own in this region. So I won't go on about it. I will just tell you that the best mobile banking service, according to our awards, Equitel. And the award for most innovative bank, Equity Bank.
The awards by CPI Financial, which publishes African Banker magazine, were presented at a gala event to celebrate the East Africa's best of the best in the banking sector.
The way we conduct our awards is through peer votes, and it is from the readership of Banker Africa, and it is from the users of our website, cpifinancial.net, who vote to award the corporate prizes.
In his keynote address during the award ceremony, the Central Bank of Kenya chairman Mohamed Nyaoga noted that the East Africa region was leading in the banking sector in many ways.
The Kenyan banking and financial institutions, alongside those recognized tonight from Sudan, Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, and Ethiopia, have risen to become pillars to this region's development. It is here in Kenya that we first experienced mobile banking revolution, and where it continues to rule the world from. And it is in the East African region as a whole that innovations such as agency banking are bringing financial services to the most remote regions and to our citizens that need them. This phenomenon has taken financial inclusion in our region to new heights.
We are pleased with the industry's performance insofar as its intermediary role is concerned. A key measure of the banking industry is the extent to which it facilitates capital flow as well as income growth through lending activities and value-added innovative products and services. Kenya is a leader in Africa when it comes to the SME finance as a proportion of the total loan portfolio, as we are very proud with the homegrown solutions and innovations the banking industry has come up with to serve the SME sector in the country.
Equity Bank Director of Corporate and SME Banking, Rohit Kumar Singh, said winning the most innovative bank for the second consecutive year was no mean achievement.
We have always tried to be an innovative bank. We have launched several products, solutions and services which are very new in this region, as well as we try to innovate and always bring new customer solutions for the benefit of the banking industry. I would like to also express my thanks to my peers, to all our colleagues who have actually gone and tested this around. We have been able to make sure that we are able to demonstrate the best solutions around for our customers, and lastly but not the least, make sure that we have the right impact and drive socio-economic transformation in Africa.
It's great to be reviewed by your peers and to be given the award that you're the best among the peers, so it feels very good. But you're also very humbled to be given that award And it's an award that we want to dedicate to our customers who have really embraced the channel. For us, is a channel that we have offered to our customer to do their banking. The channel that gives them freedom, choice, and control to be able to manage their money. We give them tools. So Equitel is all about giving customers tools to manage their monies.
With Equitel, money transfer from one mobile phone or bank account to another within the equity ecosystem is done free of charge, making it the most convenient and affordable money transfer platform. Equitel customers can also access loans like Easy Loan and Easy Plus Loan, where they can now borrow up to 3 million shillings, which is payable within 12 months, making it the most robust money platform in the region.
Welcome back. You're watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. This week, our expert is Mr. Muraguri, National Leader of BNI East Africa. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
What does BNI stand for?
BNI stands for Business Network International.
What is the mission for Business Network International?
The mission for BNI is to promote word of mouth through a structure where people come to meet each other and talk, and they follow a structure so that they can have productive results at the end of it all. Results in making money, building each other's business.
How many chapters, Mr. Muraguri, do we have in Kenya?
We have 15 in Kenya. We have 2 in Dar es Salaam and 1 in Kampala.
How many in Nairobi, for example?
We have 14 in Nairobi and 1 in Thika.
Let's talk about networking. Why is networking important?
Networking is important for business people because you are not an island. You do business with people. And all the customers that come to you, most of them come through referrals. There are various ways of boosting your business. You can employ salespeople, you can advertise, and you can cold call. You can call people and tell them who you are. But the best business is one done through referrals. So networking is part of the marketing strategy that each and every business person needs to employ in order to increase their sales.
There are do's and don'ts.
Let me start with do's. If you're invited for a networking event, one of the best things to remember is your business cards. Because if you don't have business cards, then people will never remember you. Another thing to remember is a pen. You may need to write something for you to remember. If you don't have a pen, it's okay, you can write it on the mobile phone, but you need something to make sure that you remember something. Another do is that make it on time. If they say the meeting starts at 6, show up on time. People have respect for those people who are punctual. Another do is when you go there, do not expect to be hosted. Act like the host. Talk to people, don't act like you're an island. Just take care of other people.
This is specifically now for the BNI meetings.
It's for any networking organization. Those are do's for any networking event. The don'ts are, and this is one of the things that I've seen in so many areas, don't sell to people. Everybody wants to buy, nobody wants to be sold to. Remember the last time you went to a shopping mall? You wanted to be independent and pick whatever you wanted. The moment you're told this is right for you, you just leave. In short, act like a farmer, not like a hunter. Another don't is don't spend so much time on one person. If it's a group of 100 people, you want to get to know as many people as possible, as quickly as possible, so that you can decide whom to follow up with. Remember, when you're going there, you need to have a goal. How many people do I need to talk to? Another don't just go jumping on food and drinks. Don't network with your mobile phone. However lonely you are, don't remove it and you're just looking at people like that. You look like you cannot be approached because you look busy.
Sarah, our guest earlier, her business transformed because of what BNI did for her. Yeah. Perhaps you can give us other examples of how people's lives have changed or businesses have changed
When you go there and you have a good category, that means your business is good, everyone is looking for you, you'll make money. And I've seen people make so much money in BNI. Another transformation I've seen is presentation. When people come, they're not able to articulate themselves. We train them on how to stand and describe your business to other people, to educate and train other people on who you are and what you're looking for. That's another major transformation I've seen about BNI when it comes to presentation. Another one is leadership. We train on leadership. Now that we have launched a chapter, we'll give 3 people to manage that chapter. For 6 months, they are going to learn how to lead other people. And remember, these are CEOs. They are not used to being told. So the leadership style has to change. And we call it peer leadership.
Having been the national director for BNI East Africa, have you seen a difference by the way men and women network?
Yes, there is a difference. And this is my own observation. It's not from the books. Men are more transactional. They want to give you a referral and they want to tell you what it is and whom you need to talk to and how much money you can end up making. Ladies are more emotional or relational. They want to talk to you about a referral and they also want to have a relationship in terms of the discussions that you're having. Men want to hear how much, who, where. Ladies would like to know how did it happen? Why did it happen? Who are you referring me to? Where is he? How do they look like? Where are they located? And what's the nature of their business? They'll ask you more questions before you actually say this is a referral for you.
Mr. Muraguri, what advice would you give startups?
There's nothing that grows overnight. That's number 1. Number 2, avoid being an island. You need to go out there, look for people. People do business with people that they like, trust, and know.
What are the requirements of being a member of BNI?
1, you visit an existing chapter. When you visit, you make an application. That's when they go through the requirements. One of them, you need to have been in business for the last 2 years or so. Another one, you need to bring your own networks. Another requirement is attending the weekly meetings.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muraguri, for your time and for sharing and enlightening us about networking and its value.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Road to Success, the key to your next level in business. Remember, if you want to go far, go with others. Do have a blessed week.
Road to Success is brought to you by Equity Bank.
Equity Bank. You are listening